sure we are. We'll just wait for the thing to go up and we will start going. Very simple. I got nothing better else to do, and I'm trying to get done all the things that I've been wanting to play for quite some time. And I keep on saying I'm going to play them, I'm going to play them, I'm going to play them, and then I never play them. So one of the things I've always wanted to do is Dawn of the Zed. Now, I played the basic game a number of times, but I have never played the all-in director's version of the solo game. And there's a lot to it. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, hopefully not. Zeblik, how you doing? But the main thing is I think I'm going to break this into parts because it's such a long game. So the first part will go for about an hour or so. Later on tonight, maybe, I'll play the second part. You know, the thing is, we've got this storm coming up. We don't know when it's going to hit. They can't make up their mind. I think they keep flipping coins. So I'm going to try to stream as much as I can until we're knocked out. I made a bunch of videos to cover me for the week. So I'm good all the way up until Saturday or Sunday, something like that, next week. So we're going to do whatever we can. Can't stay long. It's my oldest birthday, and he's eager to open his gifts. That's good to hear, Mr. Neutral. So we're going to give this a go. So I'm going to show you what's going on here. And we've got 4 cameras. One that you look at me, but let's just call it that 3 cameras that we have up and down. No, I'm just starting, Andy. So here we are. I've got everything pretty much set up, okay, for the director's version. We're playing with the tunnel. On the other side, there is no tunnel, so you'll flip it over. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this all out, so you know, I may have to check a rule or so. It may seem slow at times, but I think we'll get through it. I'll try to keep things sped up. I tried to prepare as much as I could. This view, you can see how much supplies we have in ammo. Because of Mr. Johnson, and these are the players that we're using. We're using Rusty Staub. Now, Herman, listen. You must have been an old Mets fan, all right? Because Rusty Staub used to play for the Mets back in the 70s. I remember I went and saw. It's probably the only major league game I ever went to go see. Sheriff Hunt, we're going to use Mr. Johnson. And because we start with 2 supply and 3 ammo, thanks to Mr. Johnson, and Professor A.G., who is our science hero, who hopefully can cure this disease and help us get some super weapons to take these guys out. The other view that we have is over on the side here, just so you can see any kind of movement that I have. But for the most part, we will be running up top here so we can check everything out. So that's pretty much how it'll go. Now, the first thing I need to do is actually roll for my supplies. So how many supplies do I get? Well, oh wow, 6 and 1. So that's 7. So I'm going to get 7 supplies added on. So that's going to go up to 9. Now, my ammo is going to be the lowest number minus the highest number. So I'm going to get 5 additional ammo, which is going to come in handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm at 8 ammo. Our infection level, there is none. I'll move this up a little bit so you can see. That's our infection level. This is going to play really big. I've never used the infection level. And one of the things that happens every time you get into hand-to-hand, your infection level will go up. And what you're going to have to do is roll that number or lower to cause, as long as you roll over that number, you're fine. As this goes up, it's going to, and it does go up quickly, you're going to need like an 11 or 12 to keep the infection from going, from an outbreak happening. And when an outbreak happens, Nelly. And let me just read to you what happens on an outbreak, because it is not cool. Hold on here. Okay, there we go. Outbreak procedure. Now listen to this and listen how bad this gets. And I just got to go to page 20. The book and everything, if you go and get this, is fantastic. And it really does a lot of things. what happens during the infection phase is it's going to go up and going to go down. Unchecked outbreaks. An automatic unchecked outbreak of the Zeds occurs when the infection level marker reaches the last space of the track. When this occurs, first complete what causes the infection level to rise. This might be combat or whatever. Make an outbreak roll. Reduce the infection that much. Follow the outbreak procedure below. Except instead of placing new random regular zombies, place a new random super Zed zombie. Now listen, those things are just nasty. That's all I'm going to tell you. So we're going to we'll handle that when it comes. Okay, if an outbreak, a regular outbreak, just occurs, we're going to we'll do this in the outbreak procedure on 8-3. Okay, we're going to draw one of these fake cards, and these fake cards it's just going to be nasty. And then it's going to determine on the fate track where to place the new zombie, the Z unit, zombie unit. You place new Z units on the fate track, and if they land on any of these things, we're going to get chaos markers. Now, the way we lose this game is a couple ways. If any of these Zeds, I've already placed the Zeds out in their spaces, and they're going to be trying to move towards the town center here. Okay? Now, as they're doing that, we're going to be trying to stop them, hopefully. The funny thing about it, though, is as they're moving closer here, they're destroying and forcing us back, or we can't stop them. But as they go, if they hit any of these green markers, we're going to have a chaos token go out. If I run out of these chaos markers, we lose. If one zombie, Zed, gets to the town center, we lose. Pretty simple. The only way we win is we have to survive this fate deck. Okay, and I think I'm going to bring the the event deck down here. Alright. And I'm going to put it on the side here. And I believe with that angle, we'll get a better look at what happens on our fate deck. Yes, there we go. Alright, our event deck. Because this is going to determine everything that happens. So as we start this game, you're going to see this player aid here. We're going to be using this chart, and I'll explain to you how this works. We have all kinds of special abilities that we'll talk about later, and how we determine actions and so forth for our hero will go as we play. So I've already wasted 9 minutes explaining a few things, but I wanted you guys to see what was going on. Alright, let me just get this right, that right, and alright, not there, but there. Okay, so we're getting ready to go. We got everything set up. I've got my player ready in front of me. So, oh, I got the pen here. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use this because this is sometimes a painting channel. We will point things out with our brush. We have an old brush here that I found. Or we can use a pencil instead of being so. No, we use a brush. That's not a pencil. That was a brush. Okay. Let's get going and see what happens here. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to turn over an event card. Okay. Now, to build this deck, there's a whole thing that goes to it. And at the very end is an end card. But there is a lot of nastiness that happens in between. Now, the first thing is 4R. This is for our refugees or anything else, the 4Rs. Refugees, rangers, and so forth and so on. This is where we get to move them, how many of them we get to move. Well, because of that, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit here so you guys can see, we don't have any, and everybody is defiant, and I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to check our infection level. No. Eat, that's not going to count because there's nobody in the hospital. But we're going to get the Zeds to move, and we're going to have 2 actions. But there's some writing here, so I'm going to read that real quick to you guys, so you can see exactly what's going to happen here. At the beginning of this phase, place a well-armed marker on any regular civilian in play. Until it ends up in the cemetery, that unit receives a 1 marker. Now what that means, and let me just grab this well-armed marker. I'm going to show you in a second, because this kind of deals with combat, and combat is very interesting because it all goes off a chart. As the Zeds advanced, or we well-armed marker. See, this is where you got to make sure you kind of have everything where you need it, or somewhat. Okay, that's all there. Well-armed, well-armed, well-armed. We do not have a well-armed marker. Well, it's somewhere here. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. There we go. Very neat. So I'm going to show you where we're going to put that on our unit here. So let's go top-down version, and I think the best thing is we could put well-armed here. Now, he's still defiant. Now, they're all defiant, meaning that they can't move. I cannot move any of these. They are defiant until the Zeds come into that space. When the Zeds come into that space, well, that's a whole different ball game, because they get a look at him and they go, holy mackerel, and they want to. First of all, the villagers are going to want to run, okay? And we have to get the villagers back. If the villagers get killed, they're going to go in the cemetery. If we're able to get them back to the town center, they're going to go into the refugee camp, which is going to be helpful. Now, when it says that 1 shift, let's go take a look at our thing, because again, we're kind of explaining as we go, and I want to make sure we're going to lose. It's just a matter of how bad. This hand-to-hand chart is anytime that they get in the hand-to-hand, you are going to take the lower number of you're going to take the number of a Z, and I'm going to bring a Z here, which is 5, and then you're going to compare it to the number of a refugee, okay, or villagers. This is 2 to 5, so 5. This is beaten by 2 times. So on this chart here, we are going to start where it says equal to or 2 times. So now we would roll on this chart at 2 times. The problem, when we have that 1 shift, we get to shift over 1. So that is in our benefit. But as you can see, you're going to need some really great numbers here. The left number is how many steps that we go down on the Zeds, and the right is how many steps we go down on the humans. Also, there are retreat factors here. So there's a lot going on. We'll show you as we get to that point, and I think you guys will enjoy that. Okay, so getting back to our card here. So the first things that are going to move is in the forest. So our forest, I believe, and let's go to our other view here. Okay, there we go. I don't like that view. I should adjust that. Okay, our forest track. So we're going to move the Zeds 1. And then our mountain track, which I believe is here. Yeah, all the worst things in the world. The Zeds are moving 1 there. So they're already on the move. Now we're going to receive 2 actions from the card. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys. See, this is the best way to do it. So we get 2 actions this turn to use any way we want. So here's where it gets a little difficult. What do we want to do? None of our civilians or our villagers can move, so we can't use any actions for them. Well, we've got 2 simple things that we can do. I want to start getting the sheriff over here, because I got a feeling that this is going to get ugly real quick. So we're going to move the sheriff. Now the sheriff has a move value, and I'm going to show you here, this is their move value right here. So he can move 4 spaces. So we're going to move our sheriff exactly 4 spaces. I'm going to move this up. Yeah, let's get this one out of the way. There we go. All right, there we go. So we can go back and forth to that one. So I'm going to move the sheriff. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and he's going to stay right there. That's one action. And I'm going to move the scientist into the lab because we want to start our research as soon as possible. She can start. It's going to cost an action to start research. We could possibly get some kind of good weapons or something to help us out. But right now, I think that's where we're going to want to go. And hey, we survived one turn somehow, some way. Amazing, isn't it? Awesome. I was thinking about getting this game. I really suggest it. First of all, let me say hi to everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well. Andy, James, Steve, King, Steph, Tom, and anybody else that's watching. Zebelik, of course. So now we're going to move on. It's the cleanup phase. Okay, so what we would have done is because we used him and her, we would have turned that over just to remind us that we did such. Okay, and then you have what is called the housekeeping phase where everything turns over, and then we move on to our next phase. So we are going to turn over our next card. Boy, draw an event card. Okay. All right, so any refugee, we can move one. We would do a check on our infection phase, but it doesn't matter because we can roll over a 1 easy with 2d6. Eating, it's not going to matter because we can roll over 0. And oh man, so now business is about to pick up. All right, we're going to get 3 actions, but let's go down. Let's read at this. At the end of this phase, if a player's unit is in the farm phase, increase the supplies by a d6. Place a goodie marker in this space as a reminder. So let's go up top here. Oops, not that up top. Let's go that up top. Goodie marker in the farm space. Well, that's kind of good because we were planning on moving the big guy anyways. Mr. Johnson up there. So the Zeds, they're going to be moving, okay, and if you look over there, again, it's the forest and the mountain track. So what happens is they're going to move one closer. We've got them that are defiant, but here's where it's going to get real because they're going to move into here. Now, they're not defiant anymore, okay? They are going to be fleeing. This is going to come off, and then we're going to have a combat there. But we will worry them. Yeah, we're going to have combat there. So when they move in, what happens is the Zeds are attacking. And the Zeds, it goes 1 time in. Now there's a marker here. Okay, that has, and I think this is where this comes in, is that we can actually see this a little bit better. All right, let's do that and zoom in there so you guys can see what's happening here. There's a 1 marker built into here, so we automatically have a shift over. So 4 goes into 6, well, 1 time, so it's going to be Z advantage, okay? And I'm going to show you on this card. We're going to roll and see exactly what happens here because this is not going to be cool. So our infection level is going to go up 1, but we'll worry about that shortly. Right now we're concentrating here. So we're going to be rolling 2d6 right on the Z advantage, but actually it slips over, so it's equal to. So this might help us just as much. So we need to roll high, and that's key here. 8. So 8 on equal to is, okay, so we're going to go over and we're going to go take a look. So right here. So what's going to happen is we are going to take 1 hit. So what's that means is you're going to see right here, and I'm going to show you this real close here so you guys can see. Yeah, there we go. it has a heart here, okay? So that heart is one wound, and then when it takes another hit, when it takes another hit, it's going to turn over. So we would turn it over, and then they're, as you can see, their attack and their defense goes down. It'll take another hit, and then the next hit will kill it, but not necessarily kill it completely. So we're going to take a wound right here, and we're going to put that on here. The Zeds, on the other hand, are going to take 2 wounds. Okay, and they also have a retreat, because anything red on the thing is going to have them go back. So again, let's take a look at the card here, okay? And this way you can see it a little bit closer, because we're able to bring you another area. So now what here happened is we were equal to, so we come down here, see this red marker? Zed's retreat. That's right in there. If it was white, like over here, then the player would retreat. So we were able to stab them off, keep them off. They took 2 damage, and we took 1. So we were able to survive that pretty good. So that ends the Zed sequence. We have now 3 actions. So, well, what are we going to do here? That's the hard part, huh? We survived, all right. Oh, hi, Miss Tina. How are you? Tom, how are you? Eric, how are you? All right, so now because of that, because we were in hand-to-hand, our infection level goes up 1, okay? Now, you know, not good, not good. Remember that infection level will move very quickly. We've got 3 actions. Boy, do I want to get him over there. Well, we want to get these guys out of here. So I'm going to move him, and I'm going to use an action. 1, 2, and we're going to stay right here. And then for a second action, I'm going to fire. Okay, now gunfire is a little bit different, okay? We're firing from 1 space away. And I'm going to show you this card too. Sheriff. Now if I spend that... long range. Now his range... He can make a gunfire attack from 2 spaces away, but with a one step penalty. No, we don't have to do that, so we're just going to fire. Okay, so that's 1 step away. Gunfire attack. And I just want to check something real quick about our gunfire attack, and then we will make our second action. But in the meantime, before we make that action, let's use our second action, and to get our friend here, Mr. Johnson, up there. He can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember that what that card said. It says, if a player unit is in the farm space, increase your supplies by 1d6. So we got him in there. We're going to increase our supplies by 1d6. So we're going to get 4 supplies. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you just turn this over, and it has a little 10 space on it. All right, there you go. Oh, good, Dave, because this is the first time I'm playing the director's cut with everything. I've played the basic game a few times and loved the game, but you know, I decided, of course, if I'm going to do something, we do it all out. So if I make a mistake, don't be afraid to help me out and correct me in the chat, because we want to make sure that everybody sees how great this game. This is a Hermann Luttmann game. First of all, I'm a huge fan of his. Other people may think they're fans of his, but he's actually a personal friend. I love the guy, and I love supporting him in any way I can. And he is the best. Don't listen to that. Never mind, I won't even go into it. All right, so now we have these great cards here, and they really, really tell you a lot of great things, and tell you how things work. Can you stack? Can you do this? when we're fleeing and so forth. It must move one space towards town during the 4R space. So that's something that you do. When they're defiant, it explains. They have these beautiful cards in here that explain everything that happens. Your Super Zed, your National Guard, which can come into play if we can survive long enough. The security guys that we have here, defending this area here, which that's a whole nother thing unto itself. So wait till you see how that plays out. All right, now the one thing I want to check was shooting. I want to make sure that we do it right. Oh, he has shooting 5. That's what it is. So we would be rolling on the 5 table. And I just want to show you guys this real quick. I don't even have to look this up. So let's go to our side view here, where I will show you. And the sheriff has a shooting of 5. So we would look over to 5 here, and then we are going to roll 2d6. 2d6, and see what we could do. Can we get this Zed unit out of here? That would be very good for us. So we're going to roll our 2d6. I'm going to roll right here. 5. Not the greatest of rolls. So let's take a look and see what happened here. So on a 5, and we rolled a 5. So the Zed is going to take 2 hits. That's going to cost us one bonk. Okay, there we go. That's going to cost us 1 shot. Okay, and also that was our last action. Okay, let's not forget that, because we used the farmer. We moved him. We did the farmer. Then we did our other friend here. We shot. Spend 1 ammo. Attacker strength. Determine. Apply hits to target Zeds. So that's going to be 2. So that's going to be another one, which is going to turn it over, and then it is going to take a hit. As you can see, it's worn down a little bit. Okay, but not that much. So he's down to a 3. He still can take 2 more hits. These Zeds are tough. They're tough. And the main thing is we've got to start getting our people back, because they really don't want to get into that. And like I said, we want our sheriff to kind of take things, take them out as much as possible. All right. There we go. Another card down. Okay, so we got this one down. So this is going to go over to our pile here. And so far, we're surviving, barely. But things are going to get busy. Trust me on this one. Trust me on this one. So we're going to turn over our card, and it is going to be Noel Hellraiser. Uh-oh, this can't be good. At the beginning of the phase, make a fate draw and place Noel standee on the start space of the fate track. The start space of the fate track, okay? Until this unit is removed, plus infection at the beginning of every infection phase while Noel is in play. Oh man, that is not cool. All right, so now we have to pull out this So before we even get started, at the beginning of this phase, so now let's find Noel, and I'm sure she is just Butte, if I can find her. Oh, here she is. Oh, she's a peach, ain't she? So now she's ×3. Now we're going to find out where she goes, but we have to deal with a fate card. All right, and this is where business really starts to pick up here. So I'm going to turn over a fate card. She's going to go where? The mountain. So she's going to be right here. Oh, awesome. Isn't it? Actually, they have little standees here, but for this exercise, I'm going to leave it flat so you guys can see it. So she's there until we can deal with her. We haven't even dealt with the infection phase yet. Remove 1 super weapon component if you have discovered the super weapon. Otherwise, add one random early research card to the top of the research deck. All right, so I have an early research card, and I'm going to put that to the top of the deck here. All right, early research. You want to get to late research because that's going to place a new Z unit on the start space of the track with the fewest Z units. All right, so this is not good because now what this forms is a mob. So by the fewest, well, there's 2 here, so we're not going to add 1 there. Okay. I'm going to go by numbers. This is a 5, that is a 6, this is a 4. So we're going to add 1 here. We have a little cup here, so we randomly pick out our Z. Hopefully it's not a nasty one. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. So now this forms a mob, which is not cool. So now we have a mob here. So this is actually an 11 now. All right, and this not cool. All right, so fake card, just really helping us out here. Thank you for that. So we've got her there. She's going to add an infection every move. So we're going to move our infection counter. Let me move this up so you can see. This is going to go up to a 2. Not cool. All right, so we're supposed to roll to find out if there's any infection, but it's always equal to and above. Is it equal to and below that causes it? Hold on, I'll find out very shortly. Because we have the ability to roll a 2, I do believe that we roll. Okay, let me just double check something. And infection phase, page 20. The book is so well put together, so there's really not. Okay, so check for disease spreaders. Yes, we did. These are represented by, they increase it by 1. Examine infection, section of current event card. If it says no, an outbreak does not occur for now, this phase is over. If it says to make an outbreak roll, roll 2 dice, compare the sum of the dice to your current infection level. If your roll is higher than the infection level, no outbreak occurs. If it's equal to or lower, yes. Okay, then we would have an outbreak. So if I roll a 2 here, okay, business is going to pick up pretty quickly. So let's find out exactly what happens here. So we're going to roll 2. Oh, I rolled a 4. But I saw that 1. I said, oh, God, that's all we needed was that. And snake eyes means bad things. Eat. Okay, we have nobody in here, so this is not going to matter. But things are going to get serious here because here comes this guy who's going to move up in the forest. Well, we'll do him last. We do have our highway. We're only going to get 1 action this turn. That's the worst part of it all. Our highway is going to move. Okay, let me just cover this up. And we're going to have a forest, and we get 1 action. Well, this has been just a total disaster. That's going to move up. Okay. And now we deal with our forest, who comes into here. Guess what? These guys are going to definitely be fleeing. They're defiant. It is no longer, so they can move. We're going to want to get them out of there. Boy. And should we not get those guys out of there? Okay, and our villagers we always have to try to move our villagers out. They're always supposed to be heading towards towards town center so they can get to the refuge camp. All right, we're going to keep this in play. Well, actually, we're just going to move this over here. Just keep up with that. All right, so now here's where it really gets ugly. We have a shift of 1, okay, but it's 2 into 6. Okay, that's going to go 3 times. Not cool. So on our chart, and I'm gonna use this side view because I think you guys just see this chart a little bit better. So we're going to come over on this chart. Okay, it starts at equal 2, and since it's 3 times, we're all the way over here. This is not where we want to be, but because on that road section there is a shift, we shift back 1, so it's times 2. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully nothing horrific. The higher we roll, the better for us. That's all I can say. And now I roll snake eyes. Oh man, that was not what we needed. And this is probably the worst roll that you can get. It's going to be 5. They're going to take 5 steps and a retreat. Now let's go over to our overhead view here, and you're going to see that this is going to get 1, flip over, 2, 3, and guess what? They're dead. Now, can they go to the hospital? Another thing that happens is because we were in hand-to-hand, guess what? We are going to move up our infection again. So now it's at a 3. So every time we ask to roll, we're going to be rolling for sure. On a 1, 2, or 3, I believe they stay. Hold on, let me just double check. Oh, that's the versus game. Okay. Combat. I just want to check. I want to make sure I do this right, because on a 1, 2, 3, I believe that they are they go to the graveyard. On a 4, 5, or 6, they go to the hospital. Okay, so this can't be good. We've lost our friends here, and business has just picked up as we've already are just getting pounded here. This goodie marker goes away. I've got 1 action. 1 action. And you can see how bad this... I'm going to change these dice how it is correct. I've got a set here. I'm going to go with these. We're going to get those out. That's a good call, Zabla. Good call. Oh, man, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. But, hey, isn't that what makes this game great, is that you're always in trouble. Always in trouble. Boy, what... I'm going to take some suggestions from you guys. What the heck do we do? Do we try to fire? We still got these guys that can keep on coming, and we've got to get her out, but we've got 1 action. Do we come over and try to take that out? And the villagers, do they flee? I believe refugees... Well, they're considered refugees, aren't they? Yeah, 23. I wonder if they move. Well, there's only one way to find out. Refugees, there we go. Defiant villagers are immobile until their space becomes controlled by Zeds. This typically occurs when the Zeds has won a fight. Yeah, they have. On their village space. And now occupy that space. Oh, so these guys here are still defiant. Okay, good. Excellent. It can also occur if the Zeds enter the space and there are no civilians or heroes there too. Defend the villagers. When the villagers become Zed controlled, immediately flip the villagers to show its refugee size and move 1 space closer to the town center. Alright, there we go. They're on the move and they're in with our farmer there. Nice. Villagers do not count towards stacking limits and cannot take any actions, never take damage, and are never eliminated. They become refugees and flee instead. Okay, these displaced folks have become refugees and begin their terrifying ordeal to hopeful for safety. Okay, they can get devoured. Okay. They are devoured should they ever occupy the same space as a Zed without any defending units to protect them. This can occur when a Zed unit enters the space with an unprotected refugee unit or after hand-to-hand combat. If all other non-Zed units in that space have been eliminated or retreated, leaving the refugees there to be eaten. That's right, because they move during the 4R spot. So actually, they're there. So look, this is when it gets bad. They get devoured, increasing the infection level by 2. So now the infection level is going to go up by 2. And making a saving roll to see if refugee units go to the hospital or get eliminated. Okay, so that's the same thing. 1, 2, 3. They are. Oh God, here we go. They're going to the hospital. 3, 4. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. They're going to the graveyard and they're finished. And of course, they are finished. Okay, they have been devoured, so they're just completely out of the game. So that increases the level here up to 5. Business is about to get nasty here. This is not cool. All right. Again, this becomes a thing where I'm playing on a level that I haven't played for. I just want to make sure I get it right. So I know this kind of slows things down, but you can see that you're kind of learning everything that's going on here. Get her out first, then rescue and annihilate. Okay, so now I really got to think here. We've got Mr. Johnson here that can fire into there. This is kind of... This is just a bad situation. Do we want to we need to kind of try to get rid of that, and that way we can head down and shoot her, because she's not going anywhere unless she moves. Now that could be very bad for us. And she does have the capability to move. And we haven't even ran into this stuff yet, which is kind of good so far. Alright, so I'm just taking a look at these things and seeing what we can do and what we can't do, and how bad things are, because things are about as bad as it can get. Alright, now also, here's another thing that we didn't consider. They have taken over St. Thomas. So now we also have to put one of these markers in here. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. Okay, Mr. Johnson, what are we going to do here? He has a 3. So I think we're going to use our action. I think we've got to shoot him because they're close. The minute they step in here, that's it. Game over, folks. He has an attack, a gunfire. We're going to spend another ammo, and I think we're going to fire. Okay, on our player aid. He has a 3. We really need to roll some good stuff, or else we're in trouble here. This is going to be our one action. 8. That could be very helpful. So 8 with the 3. That is going to be 2 steps. So actually all it does is take 2 wounds and doesn't do anything really to it. Okay, well there we go. Wow, this can really get ugly here. All right, so we survived 3 cards so far. Yeah. All right, that was our action. House cleaning. We don't have to worry about anything. His gunfire attacks. Heavy weapon received. Oh, jeez. Transfer 1 Z units. He has ability stockpile. We did that. Scavenge. Heavy weapon. Oh, he doesn't have any heavy weapons. Alright. Alright. Let's keep going. Let's go over to yeah. Man, this is just brutal. Brutal. All right, there we go. What's going to happen here? Oh, great. This can't be. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow, that's about as bad as it can get. All right, business is about to pick up. All right, first thing we're going to do, one retreat. Everybody's defiant, so they're not going anywhere. We're going to roll on the infection level. This is where it's going to get serious because it's five and under. Wow. So we have to roll a 6 or higher, and my rolls have not been knocking it out of the fart. Before we even get there, let's read the card. I'm going to read the card up here, up top. So, man, we are just getting steamrolled. I mean, really, come on now. All right, at the beginning of this phase, make a fate draw. See, good thing I didn't even do anything. I didn't even look at that. Place a new Zed on the starting space of the fate track. During this turn, for each regular civilian unit eliminated or sent to the hospital after its saving roll, place a new Zed unit on the space where it was killed. Apply stacking limits if necessary. All right, fate track. Where fewest Zed units. Where are the fewest Zed units? Well, and they're all equal. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you up top. We're gonna roll a d6. We're gonna let d6 decide this. Wow, this is pretty serious. Okay, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where the Z will go. What did I do with the dice? I don't even want to see these dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that force is just getting pounded, I tell you. So, oh, it's an 8. Wow, this is just... So there's an interesting thing. It's called Hello Goodbye. So I think that comes in the thing. I'm just going to have to look that up. Where is Rob on the board? I don't know, man. Wow. Okay, so, all right. So we took care of that. All right, and now we read the fate. Play anytime. Spend 1 ammo to reduce it 5. Man, but I'm running out of ammo. I can't. You can reduce the infection by 5. Drastic measures, drastic times. Drastic times, drastic measures. Spend 1 ammo for immediate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Wow, and ammo becomes a premium here. Wow. Okay, so now we begin this phase. All right, so we don't have to worry about the 4R. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about eating. Now we worry about the Z movement. And it's going to be the highway, which we're going to start with first. And here is what's going to happen. It's going to be, all right, 1 shift. So let's go over to our side camera and show you exactly where we're at here. Okay, we've got all this going on. So what's going to happen here, and we're doing this first, and then we'll continue our other movement. It goes 3 into 5. Now it doesn't go double, so it's at least Z advantage. Okay, like I said, Z advantage. But because of my horrible rolling, of course, it becomes equal to, because they have that little marker here. Okay, so here we have that marker here. So they're going to do that. So, wow. Let's hope we don't roll as badly as we have before. We're going to roll, and then I will show you where we are on the chart and what happens. That's an 11. That's going to be good for us. No doubt about it. All right. So an 11 on an equal to, well, it's not great, but it is 3 steps and a retreat. So that's 1, 2, and this is going to flip over, and 1, 2, and then 1 wound for 3. And they're going to take 1 wound. They're going to stay defiant. They are no longer defiant. And but they did win the combat, but our infection level will go up 1 because it was a hand-to-hand situation. So we do move our infection level up 1. I don't know why this keeps moving. Oh, also because at the beginning of the round, she is going to come into play. We also move up 1. So we're at 2. So, not cool. Oh, I forgot to move that before, but it wouldn't have mattered. The hand-to-hand combat moves it up to 2, so there would have been no roll. All right, we're handling this pretty well. All right, so that's taken care of. This is the thing, because it's a double forest. I want to just check something in the rule book, because there's a thing called hello goodbye. So I'm going to read it to you. And again, I'm making sure that we're doing this correctly so you guys understand how this all works, and make sure that when you try to play this, that you get it done right. And I do try to get it right, believe it or not. Movement. Hello, goodbye. Their special events are triggered when a Z unit enters or leaves a space. Hello and goodbye movement events are resolved immediately. Hello. This event occurs when a Z unit is placed on or enters a space. For a list of units and markers and the levels in which they may begin to appear, that can trigger. This event occurs when the Z leaves a space, moving towards the town center. A retreat, moving backspace, does not trigger a goodbye event. Okay, all right. It's possible both held in the same event. If a Z unit leaves a space that triggers a goodbye event, that will occur immediately as it enters the next space. It can trigger a hello event in which it occurs at that point before anything else, such as combat. Alright, so basically what happens is we have to see the Appendix 3 for a hello event. Appendix 3. Oh, okay. So basically we're just going in. We're going in, we would fight, and no matter what happens, we still leave. So it becomes a hand-to-hand thing. So we're double him. This space is -1. So we do have to negotiate what's going on with him. We will move on. So we're going to be on the chart here, and let's go over to our area here so you guys can see. So over here we are moving. It's Zed's advantage 2 times, and then it moves over 1, which is Zed advantage. He has a hand-to-hand of 3. Oh no, it's a hand-to-hand of 2. So he has a hand-to-hand of 2, so that's a 3-time thing. So it's a Zed advantage times 2, which is not good for Mr. Johnson, because he can end up getting banged up pretty badly. So let's see what happens to the old boy. We're going to roll 2 times on the space here. It is a 7. So it was 3 times because his shooting ability is a 3, but his defense is a 2. No, that's his wounded side. No, so it is a 2-time. So it is just a Z advantage. So it's Z advantage. here. And what's going to happen here at Z advantage, and we rolled a 7, it's going to be one step for these guys, which is good because that's going to flip them down to 4. And then, but for our friend here, it's going to be 2 in a retreat. So it's 1, 2. That was 1, 2. Yeah, he's going to be eliminated. Now there's a chance that he can survive and end up in the thing, but that's going to be pretty hard to do. So 1, 2, 3. He is in the cemetery, and yeah, we lost our hero. Oh no! And he's going to go there. Another chaos marker is going to follow. And these Zeds are almost to the town center. We haven't had any real action. So now we're up to 3 actions on the card here. And hopefully that's going to give us something to fight back with. So let's see what happens. We have 3 actions. And we can put... what happens? For regular civilians are eliminated. Okay, regular civilians, not hero civilians. So, Mr. Johnson. Oh no. We lost Mr. Johnson. When a Z unit or Z mob enters his space, he may the mob take... Okay, wait a minute. There was something that we could do to save him. So we're going to roll on here because it's a 5. That Z unit mob takes 1 hit and Mr. Johnson withdraws. So we did take 1 hit regardless. So we would have been over to 4. But Mr. Johnson's still alive. So he did not take another hit. He's in the same space when he withdraw because our guy was able to come in there again. So I think another combat happens. So again, it's going to be Z advantage. But now we're going to be rolling on a different chart where it is going to be equal to. All right, so he's still hanging in there. So let's see what happens here. Again, now they entered the space. He can roll that special ability. And on a 6, they're going to take 1 hit and he's going to retreat. All right. And he's going to come back here. All right. Now we have 3 actions. And we can put this card over here. Now we've got to figure out what we need to do here. We've got these Zeds coming up. These move up 2. And that's without a doubt. And they are just flooding in here. So I wonder if we take Rusty Staub and move him up. He has some abilities that we could take a look at. Let's take a look at what Rusty does. When he does a forge action, that's not going to help us. His first gunfire attack each turn costs 0 ammo. It still costs 1 action. That can help us. Lucky, when Staub makes a saving roll, he can roll 2 dice and choose the better outcome. That's good. Rugged. Staub gets a rugged roll each time he receives a hit. Okay. 5 or 6 cancels it. Ferocious. His hand-to-hand strength is 5. Increases to 5. Gunfire strength decreases to 2 when he is wounded. Alright, so he's just a bad dude. So we want to move this guy and we want to take him into the fray here. So we're going to move Rusty. We're going to go 1, 2. That's going to be 1 action. Then we're going to fire into here because that's the safe thing. It costs an action, but it doesn't cost us any gunfire, which is cool. So that's going to use up his actions. So he's going to fire in there. He has a 4, so a gunfire of 4. I'll show you guys on the other thing what the result is. Let's roll and find out. It is an 8. This might help us. We might be able to get rid of some Zeds here. Finally. Finally, something can go right. Okay, so let's take a look on our gunfire. We have an 8, and his strength is 4. So we're going to go down to 8. That's going to be 2 steps. That's going to help here because that's going to actually eliminate this unit. So we were able to fire back at the Zeds there. So Rusty had a really good. So that was 1, 2. Okay, there we go. We've got plenty of supplies here. So this actually goes back in. And oh, I should have showed you guys that from the top. So anyways, we were able to eliminate that unit. These two are in the same. Oh, is there a stacking unit there for that, for heroes? Ooh. There could be a stacking unit. We may have to take. That may not have happened. Well, let's find out. Let's find out. I want to make sure that we have it right. Zed stacking units. No, it's only for Zeds. Let's see if there's a hero stacking unit. No, there isn't. Well, then again, I think there might be. Let me just double check. Action phase, move. Alright, 12. Let's just double check. It's really easy in this book because it really just tells everything that you need. Can move up to a number space indicated on the card. Other units, blah, blah, blah. Just looking for player unit stacking limits. At the conclusion of each move action, up to 2 player units can be in each space except town center. Starting spaces. Okay, they cannot move there. Villagers do not count. Refugees. Okay, perfect. So you can have up to 2 heroes in one space. So we're okay. All right. Man, it is on. So we still have 1 unit. I think we need to get our research going. No. We're gonna have the sheriff fire in here with a 5 because we really want to get rid of this guy. So 2d6, and that will a 7 on a 5. I think that'll help us a little bit. Let's do it up here. 7 on a 5. We'll do 2 steps. 1, 2. That'll eliminate that unit. All right. Beautiful. All right. We're surviving somehow. Somehow we are surviving. All right. So, boy, that was quite the action-packed card turn, wasn't it? Not easy at all. All right. So, any cleanup? Yeah, we're going to turn Rusty back over that he went, and then we're going to turn him over that Mr. Johnson went, and hopefully they can defend through this complete mess. How long are we in? We're in 1 hour and 4 minutes. We're going to go a little longer, and then we'll end part 1. We really, really have been pretty lucky, but things are definitely about to pick up, and I don't mean for the better. Wow. So at the beginning of every phase, we move this up 1 for her because she's there. And now we are going to turn over our card, and boy, this is definitely not good. Okay, no refugees can move. We are going to roll and check on our thing, but before we even get to all this stuff, there's a lot of things going on here. And, of course, our actions are going to be a certain way. At the beginning of this phase, make a fate draw. Select any civilian or hero on the fate track, but not in the town center or on the start space. Immediately suffers a Zed hand-to-hand attack on the equal to column with normal infection increase and terrain shifts. Okay, that's cool. So first thing we're going to do, your unit suffers losses only and does not retreat. The Zed stuff doesn't count. It's only for I want to show you guys there's a symbol. Well, actually, let's go to our other other thing here so I can show you the card a little bit better. There's a little symbol here of Z's and Z moves. That is only for co-op and versus mode. We're playing solo mode. We ignore that completely. All right, so let's find out what happens in our fate card here. We make a fate card. You head to Reggie's Roadhouse for a brief respite and to gather your courage before the next onslaught. Play this card at the beginning of any hand-to-hand combat for a one-time 2 shift. After that fight, however, the player unit suffers 1 hit. All right, so we can hold this. We can actually hold this card for later. Okay, this is a hold your card for later. We are going to put that, and that is something that we're going to use when we may have to use it. All right, so let's start the roundabout here and how this is going to go. No retreat, but we are going to roll on our faction. Anything under a 3 or under, we're in trouble. We're okay. We're safe. We're over. Eating does not matter. Let's start. Well, the forest track for once doesn't move. But here, the suburbs, we're going to get a movement here. The mountain, we're going to get a movement up here, which is good because that's going to help us a lot. Then we're going to get a movement into here. All right, so now we've got some serious business. This is equal term shift here. Let's go over to the side view here so we can get a good side view and see what's happening here. All right, so it's a hand-to-hand. Our infection level is going to go up without a doubt. I'll tell you, Herman, you are brilliant for creating this game. That's all I'm going to tell you. Then we're going to come over here and we are going to deal with this. It's a one-on-one situation, so it's equal to. But there is a shift to the right, which is advantage humans. Advantage humans. All right, as long as we don't roll a disaster, let's see what happens here. Advantage humans. You're doing great. The game is starting to ratchet up the pressure. It sure does. All right. 6. That is interesting. All right, let's see what happens here. We have a 6, and we are going to look, because it's a human advantage. Oh, we didn't negotiate with the card, but we'll pick a civilian unit, and we'll do that next. Okay. Human advantage on a 6. Oh boy, that's not cool. Oh no, it is cool because it's a well, no, that wasn't great. Human advantage. We're going to take 2 hits here, and then they're going to take 2 hits and retreat. So it's going to go 1 for our humans, and then 2. All right. Now this, because it's on the other side, is going to take 2, and finally we're going to get rid of that. That's excellent for us. But they still stay defiant because we were able to get rid of the Zed threat. Now what we have to do is we have to pick and decide which one. First of all, we're not even going to mess with this. We got enough problems here with pretty much what is considered an 11 coming. What unit can take a hit? Well, I think we're going to do it here. So it's an equal to hit with a human advantage. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to roll on 2d6. Hopefully, all right, a 7. So a human advantage with a 7 is human advantage with a 7. Our humans are only going to take 1 step, and it doesn't matter. They're just going to take 1 hit. So we're going to take 1 hit there. Oh, I was pointing to the wrong camera. Human advantage 7, 1 hit. It doesn't matter, the zombies. So they did take 1 hit. That's not cool, but we were hoping to get out of that pretty quickly. The second part of this, your unit suffers losses and does not retreat. Okay, yeah, that's exactly. So we were able to take. Oh, and we have to bring that up 1 for because it's considered a hand-to-hand combat because they actually came up out of the ground. Watching you play this makes me really motivated to acquire it ASAP. Thank you, Gary. Morphle, how you doing, my man? Listen, this is a great game. I'm going to kind of pop in here. This is a fantastic experience, and this is just fun to be able to do this. Like I said, we're going to do part 1 this morning. It's 1:03 tonight. When everybody goes to bed, I'm going to come out here, and that way some of the European guys can see what's going on, and other people that are away on vacation, well, out enjoying the day, unlike me, because I'm sitting here sweating out a hurricane. We're going to do the second part this evening, and then tomorrow we've got a whole bunch of games all planned. So stick with us, have some fun. I mean, that's the best thing I could tell you. I'm going to adjust some of these cameras to get better angles on the second version. Don't worry, we got this. We're just having fun. That's what counts, isn't it? I think so. All right, so we were able to survive all this. Oh, and we have 2 actions. After all that, we have 2 actions. So I'm going to put this over here. We're surviving some cards here. We've been through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards so far. Not bad. Okay, we've got 2 actions. Oh, I did fire with the sheriff. I had to lower that. See, my ammo's getting low, and this is where it gets a little scary. I got to get her out of here. Okay? Because she's causing infection every single time, and that's going to be a big problem for me later on. Oh, boy. Now what? Now what, I say. And I only got 2 actions, and I haven't even started my research. All right, the first thing I'm going to do with 1 action is I'm going to start research. I have to... All right, 5. That card goes away. Perfect. That means we can start our research. So she's done her job. She's done her action. Done. Once per action phase, she may spend her Mother of Invention action marker to gain 1 additional event action. But it would increase... No, we are not increasing our infection to help her with her research. No way. Dang, what do I do now here? I've got to fire into here with our last action. We had 2 actions. That went down there, then that goes there. Yeah, so it's 5 into 3, human advantage. No, it's actually, we roll on the 5 combat chart. We really need to take her out. We need to roll high. Oh, come on, Rob, get with it. 5. If I can roll a 7 or better, this might just be able to take her out of the game and help us. All right, we got to go for it. So we're going to use that action. We're going to use an ammo, and let's see what happens here. 6. 6 is going to be 2 steps. A 6 is going to be 2 steps. So it's going to be 1, 2. No, flipping it over is 1. The second one removes it. Okay. Yeah, that's all we had to do. All right, so that helps us. But our infection is still pretty bad here because we're at 5. We need to get that down somehow. And we really, really need to think this out. All right, so now we move on to our next card. And these cards are going to get harder because we're in the second level of things. And things just get absolutely brutal. All right, so there's no retreat. But we are going to roll on our infection. Eat 1. There's nobody here to determine that. And it's going to get brutal here. It's going to get brutal here. And then we're going to have 2 actions on top of that. At the beginning of this phase, plus infection per Z unit on the suburb tract. So we actually have 2, so we're going to increase this by 2. Place new Z unit on the suburb tract start space. Oh, man, they are just going to fly in here. And oh, it's a 5. Woo! And they're all going to move. How good is that, huh? Awesome. 3, move. Defending units receive no terrain shifts this phase. Wow. All right, I just want to check something. I want to make sure that we get this right. Monster X, good to see you. Vincent, good to see you. Yeah, we're going to go a little bit longer because I'm curious on how this is going to go. I want to check zombie or Zed stacking limit, page 9. Oh, this manual is beautiful. This is how many Zed units can be in one space. Stacking unit, track and start space 2 Zed units maximum. Super Zeds, disease spreaders are stack-free Zed units. Tunnel track is different. It's 2 Zeds. Zed mobs. When there are at least 2 Zeds on a unit, they automatically form a mob for the purpose of moving and fighting together. Oh. All right, I was right. You see how easy it is to check things, so there's no real downtime here? It's Zed conga line, for sure. All right, so we've taken care of that. We've got to roll on this track now. Come on, 8, 9, 10. 9. No infection. But here's where business picks up. These 2 are going to move here. He is going to move there. They are definitely not going to be defiant. Well armed. They would get a shift normally, but they do not get a shift because that was determined already. So we're going to take that off. This is going to be an 11. A 2 into 11. How many times does that go? Well, 1 too many. And it's going to be, we're going to be rolling on the hand-to-hand chart. And, yeah, this is serious. We're going to get 2 actions. I just want to put those up there. And let's just show you how bad this is. So it's Zed times 3. Okay, it just can't get any worse than that. As you can see, there is just complete, utter removal pretty much. And pretty much people are going to get devoured and die and all the other good things in life. Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, they get attacked, so they're going to turn over to refugees. Yeah, because they're going to be fleeing. And then we have to roll on this chart. Let's see what happens. This can't be good. The higher, the better for the humans. 8. 8. Okay, so what that's going to do... 8, it's going to be 2 steps. So it's going to be 1, 2, and they're going to be flipped. Oh, man. Yeah, the mob is going to get 1 hit. Whoopee. We're going to put that on the easiest one that can get hurt. And there's going to be some fleeing going on. So they're going to move. Now, I forgot what I said about the villagers. If they flee, or refugees, let's just double check. I want to make sure it's right. Page 23. This game is so fantastic. Defiant are immobile until their space becomes Zed controlled. Okay, it is now Zed controlled. This typically occurs when a Zed unit won a fight on their village space and now occupies that space. It also can occur if the Zeds enter the space and there are no civilians or heroes units there. Okay, here's where it comes. Defend the villagers. When the village becomes Zed control, immediately flip villagers to show its refugee size and move it 1 space closer to the town center. Ouch. Village do not count towards stacking limits, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. Got it. All right, so let's show you what happened over here. Boom. Sorry, I left the camera over there. Dutch, how are you? So right here, they moved. They still move with this well-armed thing. It's one shift over, if I'm not 100% sure. So now that's taken care of. Now we have 2 actions. Man, I'll be honest with you. These guys are going to get crushed if they move again. Now the other thing here, that now that that's a controlled area, well, you got it. That is another chaos area. So we have 2 actions. That's clear. That's clear. Boy, do we want to... Yeah, let's try to move this... I'm going to try to move Mr. Johnson over. So that's going to be 1 action. I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4. Because we definitely need to kind of try to get some help over there. Now, I think I'm going to use an action because we're kind of in a weird spot here to try to get her to research something. And to research something, we're going to pull a research card. So what is that? Research materials needed. While this current research card, you may spend 1 supply instead of 1 action to conduct research. Okay. Next research. In order for us to do the next, to go to the next research, or else this card would have to go, we need a 5 or 6. Huh. And we do not get that, so that stays up on top there. So we can use that. All right, there we go. All right, so that's all our actions. We're here. We're there. This card is gone. Oh, boy. All right, where are we at in time? Because I really want to keep an eye on our time, and I don't want to make this extremely long. But, come on, let's just keep going, right? All right. This can't be good. Oh. Refugees move nothing, so they have to stay there. We're going to roll on our chart. We have to eat, and then the mountains are going to get a Z, and we only get 1 action. But at the beginning of this phase, +1 infection per Z unit on mountain track. There is none. Place a new Z unit on mountain track. All right. So that's how that's going to work. All right, here we go. Man, we're making it through there. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a new Z unit in. We're going to shake that up a little bit. And, oh, it's a 9. Yeah, good luck surviving that, folks. We're going to get 1 action. Now we're going to roll on this chart. We have to roll high. No, we roll under. Now, what happens here is we're going to subtract that number. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is now an outbreak. So let's just read and see what happens on an outbreak to make sure that, because this is the first outbreak that we've had to deal with. Outbreak procedures. Page 20. And yeah, we're learning. What can I tell you? All right. Make the roll. Nothing happens. If your roll is equal to or lower the infection, an outbreak occurs. Reduce the infection by the number we rolled, which we did. There are fewer... Oh, here comes the thunder. There are fewer infected people around as they turn into Zeds. Then follow the outbreak procedures on 8.3. Make a fate draw and determine where the outbreak occurs. This is the fate track, so we're going to turn this over. Oh, boy. Suburbs. Oh, not the suburbs again. So we actually pull the suburbs. Play during the action phase to convert 2 supply into 1 ammo. You can do this as many times as you desire. Okay. Place at the fate track. Is the tunnel that has no... Okay, no, all this does is the fate track. So that all that is just... We don't get this ability. That would have been great. All right, so the suburbs. So now I've got to put another dude here. This is going to get ugly here. And that's a 7. Wow. Place the new Zed unit on the fate track on the chaos space closest to the town center. Oh no. Well, if you can't go there, hold on. If there is no chaos, place the new Zed unit on the village space closest to the town center. Okay, he can't go there, so he would have to go here. Wow, that's ugly. Draw the Zed. Placing new Zeds. Draw a new Zed from the Zed cup, or a Super Zed unit from the Super Zed cup, and place it in the correct space. Where? Showing its full strength side. Apply stacking limits if necessary. Okay, 4-6. Let's go there, because that kind of makes a difference here. And I just want to make sure that we get this right. Kabuki, what's up? 4-6. Oh man, listen to that rain. 4-6. Stacking limits. 2 space minimum. When there are at least 2 units on a space, they automatically form a Zed mob. Okay, which is fine. Special mobs. Occasionally, a Zed mob will include units with special abilities. No. And we're full. Sometimes there's no room for more Zeds on a space, or entry is prohibited for some other reason, such as when no entry marker is on that space. Regardless, Zeds move forward. They can... Okay. Zeds move forward. They can move as many units as the stacking limit allows. The weaker unit is always left behind. So what would happen is these two are going to move forward. He's going to be left behind. That's going to be there. Now you've got a 14 into here, and business is about to pick up, folks. Wow, that was not cool. And that wow. So that's how our outbreak worked. Alright, so that's down to a 2 now. We've got this here, which we're going to have to negotiate at some point. We're going to move our Zeds up 1. And we get 1 action. Alright. We're in Zed phase. That's where we're going to go. That moved, but we're going to do this combat here. There's just no other way around it. Man, the weather is nasty here. So I'm sorry for any additional noise, but we're starting to get like all kinds of weather, and we've got other things mixing in with things, and it's just going to get worse. It's going to deteriorate here. It depends. We don't even know where the storm's going. Could go left, could go right, could go up the middle, whatever. But we're here playing. Okay, that's all that matters. Let's keep going for a little bit more. All right, let's get this resolved, because this is going to be bad. This is more than 3 times. All right, so this is really, really, really bad. If this unit leaves, it's going to be bad. Now, we do get a shift, but I don't think, even if we got the shift, it wouldn't matter. So that goes away because it's so many times over. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to roll on this thing. This could be really bad here. This could be really, really, really bad. And let's see what happens. Oh, and it is horrid. Because even if we did a terrain shift, it wouldn't have mattered. That's a 3, and wow, it's five hits. So this is gone. We're going to roll to see if it ends up in the infirmary. It does. So they're going to take a spot here. They are on EKG. Now we're going to have to see if we can feed these guys. That's going to be interesting. These guys are going to get devoured. Okay? There's no doubt about it. They get devoured. They go up 2 because they are on a conquered space, and that's it for them. They're in hell themselves. Oh, and wait a minute. Oh yeah, there was no movement. There was no movement on that card. Let me just double check. Yeah, there was no movement on that card. So if we had a 1 at least, they would at least have been able to go back there. But these guys are just coming up, and they are going to mow through some stuff. There's no way around this. This is business about to get up, and they've taken over another area, and a chaos marker ensues. Wow. Wow. Should we keep going? I think we should. I think we should keep going a little bit more. I think so. Did a light blow out on my computer? No. Okay. All right. I say. All right. So, wow, we're low ammo. We do have 1 action. So, boy, what do you do? I think we got. That's an advantage to them. I think we got to get these guys. We've got to. Boy, oh boy. I think we've got to get him over here. Or do we waste the action to try to fire? Now he's got to stay here because we got that 8 there, and God only knows what's going to happen there. We've had so few actions. If we go into there, it's 5 into a 9. 5. That's gunfire. That's going to use up an. Yeah. Let's give it a shot. I mean, we're going to use the 1 action, take a shot. 8. So on a 5, 8, that's going to be 3 hits. That's going to flip him. 1, 2, and then flip, which brings him down to a 4. But it cost because we're down ammo. And ammo's coming out of premium. All right. I think we got this. I think we're doing all right so far. All right. Yeah, there's only one thing to do. Yeah, might as well just draw another card. Let's see what happens here. All right. Okay, so we would get a retreat, but there's nobody to retreat. There's no Zed here, so at the beginning of this phase, place a Zed, infection per Zed unit. No, we don't have that. On the highway track. Place a new Zed unit on the highway track at the start space. Okay. So we're going to put one there. It's an easy one. It's a 2 for once. Okay, it's a 2. And defending units would receive no shift. Okay. Refugees, none. We don't have any. Infection unit. We are up to 4. So we're going to roll, and hopefully we don't start another problem here. 5. We barely made it. Okay. Eat. It's 1. So eating. I believe you just roll a d6, and it wouldn't matter because if I roll a d6, all I have to roll. If I roll a 1, they would have to eat. Yeah. Let me just check on eating very quick. This is just really easy because they put everything. The eat phase. Here you go. This is another new phase here. Eating. 1, subtract 1 supply. Okay. represents the substance resource plus the basic build, medical, and research materials you can spend on these. They are lost during the E phase when you specifically, but you can acquire through forging actions and unit. Eat phase. 0. This phase is over. Proceed to the Z phase. 1. Subtract 1 supply. Proceed to the Z phase. Eat die. Roll. Roll a die and compare it to the total number of player units in the hospital beds. See, I actually should have been down 2 because there were other phases that oh no, it was the thing was always on roll. Okay, great. That's only if there's a roll. Okay, so we lost 1 food during that phase. Now it is the Z phase. Sorry, just had to make sure, guys. He's going to move 2. All right, they are defiant. There's going to be no terrain shifts, so this is equal money right here. It is equal money. The worst thing is we do get 1 action, which will help us in some way. So equal money. Let's see what happens here. This can be very interesting. We're going to roll on our hand-to-hand chart, and it's a 7 equal. Oh, wow. All right, so on a 7, here's what's going to happen. We are going to have equal. It's going to be 2-2. So they're going to lose 2 steps. And he's going to be defiant. But they're going to lose 2 steps. So it's 2. They get 2 wounds. That's going to be 1, 2. They're gone. They're fleeing. Oh, they're fleeing. And they're going to go back 1. They're going to get a chance to survive. They can end up in the hospital bed. 3, no, they end up in the graveyard. Wow, there are just a lot of dead people. And because of that, the infection level is going to go up 2. Not cool, because we have another outbreak. This is not going to end well. I can tell you that. No, it actually goes up 1. So there we go. Now we get 1 action. We get 1 action. Boy, you know, it's just so tough because if you leave these guys alone, they're going to get killed. I think we shoot again with yeah, we used our 1 ammo here. Well, no. Does he go in there? If he goes in there hand to hand, it's not going to be good. Yeah, well, we would have to move him. All right, we're not going to do anything there. We're going to try again to increase our research, see if that helps. 5, it does, so we're able to get rid of that. And we'll be able to research again. We're trying to get some super weapons to try to help us along the way here. I mean, it was 1 action. There wasn't much that we were going to be able to do with it. Yeah, and that's the end of that card. I have a feeling this is not going to be good, this next one. All right, let's see what happens. All right. So we're going to get 2 retreats. So they're going to move 1. And there's no other unit that we can move. That's all right. That helps us. Now we're going to roll on the infection phase. Oh, at the beginning, hold on. Business is about to pick up. I'm sorry. I keep on forgetting to read the beginning of the card. But that's okay. We got this. All right. Infection per unit. So we're going to add to our infection per the unit on the forest track. Place new unit on the forest start track. All right, let's put another one in there. Let's see. Hopefully it's not a big one. It is a 6. So, oh boy. See, yeah, this is where it's just going to get really lucky. I mean, really bad. There's no terrain shifts. All right, so let's see what happens here. We moved. Now we're going to roll on the Outbreak. 6. Equal to or under, it's an Outbreak. So we're going to turn over a fate card, and it's going to be on the highway. So we're going to have to put one there. Not cool. And that is a 6. So that's not going to help us any. And because it's 6, it goes all the way down. And there we go. Now it's eat phase. We have one guy in there. We're going to roll a die. And 3. That's how much food that would be consumed, I believe. Let me just make sure. 21, 22. Oops. Eat phase. 21. For a die. So when we roll on the die there, roll the die and compare it to the total number of players in the unit's hospital beds and in the refugee camp. If the roll is less or equal to this number, subtract 1 supply. No, we're fine. You roll it anyways. All right. So now the forest moves up 1. All right. We did that. Now we get 2 actions. Now we got to take things a little bit more seriously. Man, if he comes over here, he's going to get chewed up. I think he just stays there and waits. I think we got to get him up, so we're going to move him for 1 action. 1, 2. All right. Now, the good thing about him coming in here is for an action point, we can get that taken away. So that's going to help us a bit. All right, and that's our second action. And I think next round, we're just going to fire at that guy. All right. Another card down. Another card down. We're getting closer. Closer to death. All right, let's see what happens here. Uh-oh. 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 These are special cards, and they do some nasty things. So nothing good can happen to this. Conduct this special turn only. Z's, no. Okay. We're gonna bring up our infection by 3. All tracks activate each Z unit, advancing 1 space only. However, if a Z unit activation results in combat, in a combat that wins, it immediately advances again. So activate all tracks activate with each Z unit advancing 1 space. He's going to come here. He's going to come there. These guys are coming here, and this is not going to be pretty. That is going to go away. That is going to scare them. They are going to move up. They are going to move up. They're going to move up, causing an infection here. They're going to move up. And then this guy is going to move up. All right, we're going to handle this all in one at a time. And we are going to... Oh, of course, it would help. Everybody moves on the board. I moved everybody up. So we're going to handle everything one at a time here. And we're going to work our way through. This is not cool. After activating all Z units, this special turn is over. Draw the next event card. So I have to face an event card right after this on top of it. Whew. All right. Let's start with combat here. There is no way out of this one. So it is 3, and we are going to roll. Oh! So on the 5, it's actually a 5. So what's going to happen? They're going to get killed. There's no way around it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they are gone. We're going to roll to see if they end up in the hospital beds. 3. No, they're gone as well. They're going to get devoured, going up 2. 2 on our whatchamacallit. 2 on our infection phase. Ugh, wow. They've caused a chaos marker here because they now own that. Wow. That's bad. We're going to come up here. We're going to fight here. It's going to be 4 into 2. All right. Yeah, there's no other way around this. 4 into 2. So that's 2 times. They have a defiant. 2 times 1. It's going to slide over. So we're going to roll 2 d6. 8. It's going to be Z advantage. 8. It's going to be 2-2. So he's going to go back. And he has a special ability. So let's take a look at it. Hand-to-hand strength increases to 5. Still, and gunfire strength decreases to 2. Okay, so it would have been 1 over. That still would have been bad. Alright, now, rugged. Each time he receives a hit, on a 5 or 6, he's going to be okay. He's fine. So we cancel that hit. So they retreat, and they're going to take... They're going to retreat, and they're going to take 2 wounds. And he took none, so that he held it off. Held it off. Way to go, Rusty. Rusty's for real, man. Now, we've negotiated this. Now we're just going to handle this. This is a 4 into 5. So it is the 5, 9. I wonder if you combine theirs together. Yeah, I think you do. I think the players get to combine theirs together. I'm pretty sure of it. Combat. Fighting. 14. Because they make it easy for you to find everything. Hand to hand. Okay, winning hand to hand. Dying. Pay any cost, hand to hand. Hand to hand, we would go up. Okay, that was, and then now that one. Okay, so we're at 7 now, as far as our thing is concerned. For hand to hand, that would be fine. What if you have more than 2 players in there? You fight each one separately. When more than 1 player unit is on a space, the unit chosen as the defending unit receives an appropriate terrain shift. So they get an extra terrain shift. So let's not... Do we go with the hero? No, let's go with the sheriff. No, let's go with the hero, with the civilians. And he has a thing called leadership in here. Once per action phase, they would get a free action. Yeah, but that's not going to matter because we're not in that phase yet. So what's going to happen is it's going to be 4-4, and they're going to get a shift because the sheriff's in there. So it would have been equal to, you get a human advantage and human advantage 2. So we're going to roll here. We're going to see what happens. It's a 6. Human advantage. They're going to take 2. So it's going to be 1-2. That's going to eliminate them, which is great for us. But they're going to take another hit, which is going to flip them over and bring them down. These become fleeing. And they're going to move back 1 space. Because, well, somebody took a hit there. All right. So we've got some people on the move here trying to get out of here. All right, so now that we negotiate the brains card, which was just fantastic, okay, now we have to draw the event card. Which can't be... Oh, no! It's a double one! Oh, my God. This is insane. All tracks activate each Z unit, advancing 1 space. However, if a Z unit activation results in a combat that wins... Oh, they would have moved forward. Yeah, so they moved forward because they wiped everybody out there. So now, oh no, this could be the game right here. We may not even need part 1. So we're going to move this up. We're going to do all our movement first. All right, they're going to go here. They're going to go here. We're going to add 4 to our track. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's... There's just no way around this. No way around this. So we had to add 4 here. I'm moving everybody here. I haven't moved this guy yet. So they're going to move 1 and they're going to go into combat here. Which is going to bring up that. Yeah, this thing is going nuclear. There's no way around it. We move that. Okay. He moves up 1 here. If he defeats him, he is going to go into the town center and we're going to lose the game. This is a 14 on a 3. And that's going to go, and he's going to get 1. Why don't we just see what happens here? This could be the whole game right here. Oh, that was brutal. 7 on 5. That's 3, and he's going to retreat. Instead, though, he can do something here. When a Zeb unit or a mob enters his space, he may roll... Oh, that could save us. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that unit's going to take 1 hit. I'm just double checking this. Yes. The unit's going to take 1 hit, and he's going to withdraw. Okay. Wow. So we're hanging on by a thread. We do have a battle up here. It is 8 to 4, hand to hand. That brought that up, and that is going to bring that up. Oh no, I already. Oh yeah. That's going to make it critical. So a Super Zed is going to show up somewhere. We're going to have to deal with that at some point. Wow, this is serious. All right, so it's 2 times. So no, it's 5. So they get 1 Zed advantage, but he's in the thing, so it becomes equal to. We're going to roll on the chart here. It's a 6 equal to. The humans are going to take 2. He's going to take 2 hits. They're going to take 1. That's going to flip him over. But we've got to make sure that he can absorb those 2 hits. Because he has that special ability. A 1. No. No. Because on our man here, now he's going to suffer it as normal. So he's going to take a hit here. Oh, no. That would have been 2. So we would have moved that over. That's 3 hits. So actually, he's gone. They're going to move up another 1 because he's dead. We're going to roll to see if he ends up in the infirmary. He does. They did not win because he was able to hit them. Okay, I want to make sure that was right. So he moves up. That becomes infected. Holy cow, this is brutal. Oh, this game is awesome. All right, and we're right where we should be. They move up. They should have moved up too. because of the one before that. I forgot about those guys. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Boy, I mean, what do you do here? You're just overran, and you don't... This is just absolutely... I think I said haiku. Hopefully that hurricane misses Florida. I hope so, too. In the meantime, let's just hope we can stay alive here. Okay, so that is negotiated. So we had a lot go on here. And we haven't even gotten to the actual event card because we ran into these two brain cards, which absolutely, out of nowhere, did us wrong in every way possible. This game could be over in minutes, so I'm going to keep going. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that can happen here. Oh, jeez. It's another event card. So we haven't even gotten... Okay. At the end of this phase, immediately place the track to 13 and conduct an unchecked outbreak, which we're going to do anyway. In the versus game, no, that doesn't count. All right. So let's do this as they want it. Okay. Nobody can flee. There's no food check. There's no whatchamacallit check. There's an eat phase. There is none. Okay, so we've got 3 event cards in a row. So there's no, and then we do the Zed things, and we have 1 action, which isn't going to give us much. So let's move everything up. And let's go to the main screen, because this game's going to be over real quickly soon. This is going to go here. They are not moving. They are devoured. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. And they're going to move. Now they get another card. We don't have a lot of these tokens left either, which are going to burn us out. Then the mountain phase. There's nobody in the mountain, so when there's nobody in the mountain, you draw. And it is a 6. The diamond phase here. That's not the diamond. These guys are going to move now. Wow. Now we have 1 action. What do we do here? I mean, really, there's the only thing I can think of with 1 action is I've got to fire into here. And I'm going to use an ammo. There's not much more I can do. Unless I retreat the sheriff over. If I had 2 actions, I'd be able to do it. Oh, by the way, he's on life support. Yeah, we got to shoot. We're going to roll 2d6. I'll show you what happens. 8. That is going to bring up a 2. Yeah, we're going to do a 2. We're going to do 2 damage here. So it's going to be... And that's going to flip that over. So now it's only an 11. That was a start. That didn't retreat anything, but it's something. I think we have to go in there on the next turn and hand-to-hand them and hopefully try to make them go away. That's the only thing I can think of. We loosened them up a little bit. Maybe we can get that other one out of there with a fire and then a move and then a hand-to-hand. Man, we're going to have to take some shots. We may have to even try to bring that guy around. Huh. Not an easy task at all. Not only that, but this is overrun as well. Wow. Okay. So now we do the super outbreak mode, which we just negotiated all that. Games like this and Defenders of the Realm really create the tension. I think this is just a fantastic game. But that, anything that Hermann has done has just been glorious. All right. Unchecked outbreak procedures. Get ready for this one, folks. All right, unchecked outbreaks. Automatic unchecked outbreak of Zeds will occur when the infection level marker hits the big 13 like it just did. Make an outbreak roll and reduce the infection. All right, 9. Awesome. So, yeah, we're down to 4. Follow the procedure below. Except instead place a new random regular Z. Instead of placing a new regular Z unit, place a random Super Z unit if one is available. Consult Farmingdale dossier for specific information about Super Z units that you select. Because the outbreak roll is made after the combat or situation that causes the outbreak, the unchecked outbreak, it may happen additionally infections were lost. For example, if you were fighting where, okay, that doesn't do anything. All right, so we're going to pick a random Super Z, and I just didn't even look. He is going to go in the tunnel, and wow, he's a 10. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of this. All right, that's a Super Z. Awesome. All right. So that goes over there. Whew. So our outbreak's at 4. We've got all that, everything's burning around us. We're trying to survive. There is a card in here that will help us. I just don't know if we can get to it. There's only one thing to do. We still have to draw an event card, believe it or not, for this turn. All right. This is just, I'm looking, and this is a mess. Let's hope that nothing bad happens, or else we're in trouble. Okay, we get 1 retreat. Does anybody... Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move them. Infection phase. No, we do not check. Oh, no. Oh, this is horrible. No. Do we have to eat? No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. So they're going to come up. Okay, so at the beginning of this phase, Z's move. Each named space that becomes Z controlled this turn receives 2 chaos markers instead of 1. You can remove only 1 per turn as usual during your housekeeping phase. That's only if you're on the thing. I need to check and see if that just means all Zeds move. We're just going to check that phase, that Z, and we'll be good. Okay, there it goes. Rules specific to co-op play in this rulebook are highlighted like this. Okay, that's only in co-op phase. Not okay. We do not use that in. I just want to double check. They do such a this thing is so good. It's ridiculous. Many cards have this. This causes more Zeds to move towards the town center where there are more players. The stronger the Zeds. Okay, yeah, this is not for us. Okay, so this whole phase doesn't happen, but we do have movement. That's going to come up there. That is going to come up there, which is going to bring a thing there. Okay, the mountain, he's going to move there. The road, these two are moving there. So they're just coming. We have 2 actions. We've got people that are dead. There's just nothing but complete chaos here. Wow, this is football. I'm dealing with zombies. Who cares about football? All right. They're going to come up here. I've got 2 actions. These guys here, the security guards here, I think we may have to call upon them with 2 actions. Boy, did we take a shot with Zed there, though. With the old guy there. Maybe we can send that guy into it. Saving roll, yes. Restore order, yes. Stacking limit, yes. Player controlled, yes. They move through the catacomb spaces without rolling on the catacomb table. So it's not going to do us any good to go over there. Do we take a chance with Mr. Johnson, though? I think we take 1 action and we fire in there and try to soften that up as much as possible. He can come in there when the Zed unit or Zed mob enters his space, not when he enters their space. Yeah, he might as well just fire. We're going to try to fire. We're going to try to soften this thing up as much as possible. So he's going to fire into here. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's get him on the move here. Let's get the sheriff on the move. So we're going to use that 1 action. We're going to move him. He's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get him in here. We need to start putting people in there to do things. Then again, we're only down to 3 people. We can move him again. He can move twice. Yeah, we just get him right in there. And then hopefully we don't get a movement here, and then that's when we're going to be able to do what we need to do. That's the only thing I can think of. All right. So, yeah, that was about as bad as it gets. All right. You know, this is just going to end badly. Oh. All right, this isn't going to be good. All right, so we're gonna be able to. I'm gonna go up top. Remember to go up top. Okay, so that retreats 1. Then we're gonna roll on the infection chart, and yeah, we're safe. Eat. Okay, this is gonna chew up some of our supplies. That's 2. It's equal to. So now we're gonna lose 2 supplies. We've got 1 ammo left. And, uh-oh. Yep. Oh, that's it. That's it. Son of a gun. At the beginning of the phase, the Z unit closest to the town center on the fated track, your choice, if there's a tie, is eliminated. Oh, no. That's not it. I'm reading the wrong doggone thing. Bloated. Okay. Immediately contact the force. Okay, no. All right, no, yeah, that's it. That's because they go here. All right. The mountain guy is going to go into here. That's not going to matter. And oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's what happens. They come in and they made it into town center, and we lost the game. Unbelievable. And we had 2 actions. There you go. Yeah, there was no way around it. I thought it was something else. So, how far did we get? Well, we didn't get too far. Because it was only for Super Zeds. We needed to get... Let's take a look here. Let's see how close we were. Now, I know this. There were some hiccups there. Not hiccups. I'm just checking things. You know, the main thing was this is the first time I played it completely. So we needed to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We needed to go 3 more cards before the National Guard would have arrived, which would have helped us out. And then we had a bunch of cards to go through to get to the end, which, well, we would have been all right. I think we would have been all right. I think we would have survived it. The good, the bad, and I'm the one with the gun. This is a lot of fun. This is a fantastic, fantastic game. Just back from brunch, I saw the beginning and then the end. Thanks, Keith. Well, pretty good. How long did it take us? 2 hours and 12 minutes. Well, this definitely isn't part 1 because I just kept on playing. I got sucked into this game, and that's the whole thing. You get sucked into it. So instead of doing 2 parts, I think maybe I'll play something else tonight, or maybe not play anything at all tonight. This is fantastic. The director's cut is ridiculous. There's so many things going on. The basic game really kind of, you could play that a few times, and then the problem is I started at the basic. I played that a few times, and I went, Herman, you're genius. You're fantastic. You're great. And then instead of going to the next and the next and the next, I jumped right into the director's cut. And there's just a few things that had to go. That's why I was a little bit slow. But the whole thing is that there's just so much going on. This is a fantastic experience. It's probably the best zombie game I've ever played. Plain and simple. And of course, it's made by a genius, a good friend of mine, and I'm just thankful for it. And this was really enjoyable. I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. I know a lot of you stuck in here and watched this, and I hope you hit the thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe, please. And let's just keep doing what we do, just playing games and having fun. We've got a lot of rain and weather coming, so we're going to try to stream as long as we possibly can until we can't stream no more. So until next time, for all the Zeds that have just basically took over the entire town, and myself, this is crazy fun, and it's just a fantastic experience. Another thing I could tell you is definitely check out Ricky Royal's version of it, where he plays the director's cut. He does a fantastic job. If you're interested in this game, it's probably a lot better than my live play will ever be, but if you watch it, you'll see how well he does it and just goes through it, and just how passionate he is about games. A fantastic job. Check Ricky out, and check his version of this. He does it on a prototype. It's a couple years old, but I'm telling you right now, this is one that you want to add to your collection, just like Nemo's the Nemo game that they did, which was fantastic. I mean, I love that game. So we've got so many games here. I'll pick something out. We'll get it set up. We'll either do it tonight or I'll see you tomorrow for a double shot, as long as we have power. Until next time, it's your old Power Up. We'll see you soon. Hope you enjoyed it.